They say that the Boko Haram Repentant wey Tinubu and Buhari recruit put for Nigeria army and police. As we dey talk right now, they say those people, they say snake go always be a snake. As it be like this now, they don't turn. Come they swallow those people wey wey put them. No be smart, But I want to bring this message wey NnamdiKanu give to Biafrans. Say anything wey you do for this life now go bring Biafra come. If you do good, Biafra go come. If you do bad, Biafra no go come. I will play you the video. However, welcome back to Balabas GC. Please share this video and make sure say subscribe to this channel for more updates as it dey hot. My people, let's jump inside this matter where I carry on today. Boko Haram repented. I want me use your own ear. Hear them where they talk am. May you hear what they do.
Some repentant Boko Haram insurgents on Tuesday night invaded a police station in Maiduguri in an attempt to set free their colleagues that were arrested over alleged drug offenses. The police public relations officer in Borno State, Kenneth Daso, however, confirmed that the assailants were repelled by officers on duty following an intelligence report that some drug peddlers and repentant Boko Haram insurgents were indulging in nefarious activities, adding that 8 persons were arrested with 476 grams of illicit substances. The ASP also stated that the repentant insurgents also attacked the Nigeria Immigration Service and NDLEA checkpoints at the township gate and burnt it down. However, eyewitnesses told the Daily Trust that about 20 repentant insurgents dressed in military camouflage, wielding cutlasses, forcefully gained access into the police station and whisked away some suspects, leaving some policemen on duty wounded. Rufai, I don't know if you did read this story, but this is the issue about repentant Boko Haram insurgents that we have been talking about over, for how many years now? I believe that the governor of Borno State had addressed it at one point, saying that, I believe it was in 2021, saying that, this de-radicalization program is not actually working. But you see that these people are still perpetrating crime in Borno State. But before I come to you, let me take this other story so we can mix both of them. In the meantime, an investigation by Arewa Punch has revealed that repentant female Boko Haram insurgents have expressed concern that since their reintegration into the society, it has been very difficult for them to get married, as law-abiding men in the society avoid them like a plague. Some of the leaders in their communities say that their men are scared of venturing into any form of romance with the surrendered female insurgents, despite the fact that some of the ladies have been expressing their secret desire for suitors to marry them. The community leaders also stated that if the women do not get married, they may be tempted to renege on their repentance vow from terror activities and return to the forest. The Arewa report put the official number of surrounded insurgents and their families at 162,000, but no records show the number of spinsters, divorcees, or widows amongst them.
My people, shebi you don't hear them. Everything wey NnamdiKanu tell these people don't come to pass. And this message wey I want bring come for you from NnamdiKanu, it's waiting talk. Years ago, many years ago. I want you to watch this video and just watch this video.
We believe that the restoration of Biafra is not in the gift of man to give. No single man can ever give you Biafra. It's impossible. Biafra is the gift of the Most High Elohim to give. How we prepare and position ourselves on this very earth, both physically and spiritually, will determine if God will love us enough to give us his kingdom on the face of this very earth. That was why in his infinite mercy, Eastern Security Network was established to secure our land. And anybody foolish enough anybody stupid enough to seek confrontation with us, as I have said previously, before you come to look for us, before you enter into our forest to perhaps die there, because you all will perish anyway. Look at Yemen, look at Somalia, and look at Syria. Let them be at the back of your minds. Whoever is charged with making that very decision to launch an armed confrontation against the Eastern Security Network. I'm saying this to the hearing of the whole world. As you all know me, I do not do anything in secret. Everything we do is out in the open. Anybody foolish enough, because I know the Janjaweed are very foolish. You know, the Fulani, they have what I call the mentality or the mindset of Mohammed Siad Barre, the erstwhile president of Somalia. They never reason, they never listen. They are not intelligent enough to understand when the end has come. The only people supporting them is Britain. And we are not going to fool ourselves. Britain does wield a very considerable clout. They are taking our oil in our land. Now they have found gold also in the north. So the zoo has never failed, not once in its entire, should I say, 60-year history, to serve the interest of our colonial masters, those that created us. People say God created. I said to them, you are very, very foolish. God never created Nigeria. A man and a woman did. They are mortal flesh and they are dead. The same way they died is how the zoo is going to die. Nobody can save Nigeria. Nobody can, because it is written. How I want people, those who are averse to history, those who don't understand history very well, even those who claim they are writers, they are novelists. You know the thing about we black people, once you do something and you get accolade or praise from white people or from BBC, you think you've arrived. That's the one thing about our people. You think once they give you one award or the other, once a white man confers that legitimacy or validity on your work or your talent, you feel you've arrived. One major mistake that black people always make: efforts to divide the East. How has it been possible to keep Nigeria as one, as a failed state that it is, as a terror-ravaged contraption that it is, as an abomination that it is? How have they managed to keep Nigeria together? Look no further than what happened during the End SARS protest. When I preach all the time and I say to black people that your mental weakness, your inability to reason properly is why you are suffering, they say it's an insult. No, it is not. They managed to divide those who are protesting by introducing two key elements they know will appeal to their primordial instincts. What are those? Religion and ethnicity. Let me tell you something you don't understand. That is the only instrument the Europeans had to divide and conquer Africa. What they did was to pass it on to the Fulani Janjaweed. And with the help of the Fulefus and traitors in our midst, in the entire South, both Yoruba and in Biafra, both in Oduduwa and in Biafra, it appears that they have managed to now gain the upper hand in the past decades. These continued efforts to divide the East, I can assure them tonight, has failed and will continue to fail. And I want our people from Igodomigodo to Bakassi, from Idoma land to Opobo to understand this. They come to you They plead with you to amplify your ethnicity against one another. It's a very clever trick. Whereas over the years, if not since the coming of this Janjaweed Caliphate government of the late dead Buhari, before now, it was IPOB and Radio Biafra that made it possible for people to distinguish between a Fulani and a Hausa person. Before, I'm sure all of you go back to your history, you see Hausa Fulani, Hausa Fulani. It was on this very platform, painstakingly, we lectured and educated people to understand that Hausa is different from Fulani. The same people who they're like parasites. The same people who over the years, we are trying as much as possible to have this cohesion between Fulani and Hausa together as one political bloc. When they come to our land, they tell you you are Efik. You are a Bibio. You are a Jo, a Zong. You are a Shekiri. You are a Robo. That you are different. You must understand the reason why they keep harping on your differences, which in actual fact doesn't exist because we are all one people, is because it makes it easier for them to conquer you. Common sense. They know that if you go to Migodo, Edo State, of course you do. They know that if they come together with his Shekiri, with Urobo, with his Zon, with Igbo, with Idoma, with Igala, with Ibanke, everybody, when I say Igbo, I mean Ibanke as well. They know it becomes impossible to penetrate. We become free people. For them to succeed is a very clever ploy, which unfortunately Yoruba media is in support of. And I have warned them repeatedly. I have warned my Yoruba brethren repeatedly that this double game you are playing will consume you. And today they are in Yoruba land killing and taking over their forests. If not for the bravery of Eastern Security Network, I do not think for once that Amotekun would have had the balls, or should I say the courage, to confront Fulani headsmen in their forests. Understand this very cleverly. What they do is very simple. They come to your land as they have done with Hope Uzodinma in Imo State. As we understand they have done with George Obiozo this evening. They plant your leaders for you. Your leaders who cannot rise up to challenge their hegemony. That is where I give Yoruba land some credence, or should I say some credit. Because they have not allowed themselves to become as divided and damaged as the East is. Can you imagine for 1 second? I ask you to ponder this for a second. A Fulani governor is interested in relocating all Fulanis across the Sahel into Nigeria, so that the Fulanis can have a country they can call their own home. In the East, there is a governor, despite being an Igbo man, speaking Igbo, raised as in Igbo setting, he's saying he's not Igbo. I just want, for one, I don't know how to explain this so that people can understand it. I just want for 1 second for people to sit down and ponder this. It's a very simple, it's not a conundrum, it's very easy to untangle. The person telling you that you are from Niger Delta, the person telling you to accentuate your ethnicity or your tribe, as the case may be, the person telling you that you are not related to an Igbo man, the person telling you that you are not Biafra, the person telling you that Efik is different from even Ibibio, Ibibio is different from Anang, the same man telling you this is bringing his brothers and sisters from Senegambia, from Mali, from Niger, as Fulani headsmen, as bandits, as terrorists, to come into our country, into our space, to take it over. You, his counterpart in the East, you are doing your level best to make sure you divide your own people. And when you go to some of these people, they will tell you that divided we fall, united we stand. And that was a very clever thing they did. And that was how they managed to divide us, weakening us and making it easier for them to plant Hope Uzodinma without election as Imo State governor, and now to plant George Obiozor as Ohaneze president. I'll get to that later on. Britain knew that the light of Africa will come from the land of Biafra. They all know.
My people, my fellow Africans, this thing that NnamdiKanu said here is pure truth. The whole world who don't want Biafra to come today is because of they know that the Africa is the light in Biafra is the light of Africa. They know that Biafra will compete with China, America, and other part of the world. They know this thing. They know. And that is why they are doing everything with the help of Fulani and the Hausa and the Yorubas to make sure that the Biafra never exists. And some of you who are Biafra do not know all these things. You don't know. You are thinking another different thing. Because you are not the one in the power. Because you want to be in the front. How can it be NnamdiKanu? How can it be Simon Ekpa? How can it be Chike Doziem? How can it be so? How can it be? Because of all those things where we are setting ourselves back from the glorious and the kingdom that God has prepared for us. But however, it's only God who will give us Biafra.